With us now is Mark Schulman, editor-in-chief of History Central, and most important for this segment, dog owner and dog lover. Mark, I want to go back in history a little bit, if we could. Some of my favorite stories involving dogs and presidents, of course, there's the infamous LBJ holding up his beagle by the ears. But then there's also the Nixon checker speech, which is the first time maybe in the 20th century that you had a prominent politician whose dog really influenced political fortune here. Tell us more about some of these famous stories.
Okay, so in that case, Eisenhower was considering dropping Nixon from the ticket because he wasn't all that popular as a vice president. And when he basically said he was being attacked for receiving gifts, and he said, the one gift I won't give up is my dog Checkers. That became known as the Checkers speech, and all of America loved Nixon for caring about his dog Checkers. We also have the case where FDR left behind his dog on the Aleutian Islands, and it became a major cry saying, you're spending him, and then he sent the Navy ship back to get his dog. So that became a little bit of a scandal, but FDR was popular enough and said, what, you expect me to give up my dog? So that was also another popular point. Dogs have been two things to presidents. One, obviously, they make them more real, more human, and we all know that dogs usually have good tastes. So if a dog likes the president, that means other people should like the president as well. So that works very well. And it also makes the White House a human place. A place where you have a dog is a place where people actually live as opposed to only work.
Yeah. In Nixon's case, it may have actually saved his career. He might, as you mentioned, might have been dropped from the ticket. You can't take Checkers away from me. You can take what you want.
Supposedly, Mamie Eisenhower turned to her husband and said, "Oh, he's so sweet. And he loves his dog so much," and that was part of the decision, it seems, by Eisenhower to keep him on the ticket in 1956. So clearly, a dog had a major impact.
Absolutely. But Mark, of course, we should note that for the first time, the Bidens will be bringing in rescue animals. The Obamas had allergies. They were not able to have like a rescue pet. What's the significance of a dog adopted from the Humane Society living at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
Well, it shows that anyone can get to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, I guess, on one level. On the other level, it shows something about the Bidens. Again, the Bidens care about people, they care about dogs. And it shows their openness and the fact that they're willing to take in a rescue dog. A rescue dog is always a challenge because when you get a rescue dog, you never know what you're getting, what their history was, and why they became rescue dogs.
Yeah.
So taking in a rescue dog shows you really care. And I think American people will identify with that more than we know.
Mark, we're almost out of time, but I want to note, of course, not all of our viewers know the story here in Israel. The Prime Minister, Netanyahu, he had a dog, too, for a long time. But this dog, Kaya, not nearly as friendly as Major seems to be for Joe Biden.
No, absolutely. And so Kaya was known to have bitten a few people along the way. And that sort of helped Netanyahu's image of being a little bit,
bit some lawmakers, not just people, bit lawmakers at his house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Not a friendly dog, to say the least. But, again, I don't want to say anything negative about Netanyahu right now, but they often say that dogs reflect their owners very well. So we'll see how that works out.
All right, so this is the first time that there will be a rescue dog in the White House. Again, bringing back this tradition, Mark, right, that the first family has a first dog.
Absolutely. It's been a tradition. President Trump was the first president in modern time not to have a dog, and probably the only president in history not to have any pets at all in the White House.
Yeah.
So it says something in and of itself.
Well, we're restoring this tradition now of a pet in the White House. Mark Schulman, thank you so much. Newsweek columnist and the editor-in-chief of History Central. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure. Have a great day.